QuickBooks Online 2021 credit card reconciliation for the second month, which will be similar for all following months after the first month of reconciliation, where you might have to deal with that beginning balance type of issue. Let's get into it with Intuit. QuickBooks Online 2021. Here we are in our QuickBooks Online bank feed test file. In prior presentations, we set up the bank feed for the checking account and credit card account, entering the data then into what I would call the bank feed limbo that would be shown in the transactions area here. Then we added the information for the credit card information to the promised land out of limbo here to the financial statements to help us to generate and build then the financial statements. Now we're taking a look at the reconciling process for the credit card. So we reconciled the first month for the credit card. Now we'll take a look at the second month. Second month and going forward should be very easy to do. Let's open up our balance sheet and income statement first by going up top, right-clicking on it. Let's just open up the balance sheet. Actually, I'm going to right-click and duplicate. Just open up the good old BS balance sheet. That's all we need. Little BS information here on the balance sheet. The reports down below, There we have it. Going to close up the hamburger, hold down control, scroll up just a bit. Let's do the range change up top from 0101, that's 201,202, and then we're going to end it at 063020, 063020, and I'm going to run that report. That's because we're going to be reconciling for the second month, in our case, that being the 630 here. So this is what we have in our system. We're looking down here on the credit card, the 108731, and that's actually going to match what we have on our credit card statement at this point in time, because we're basically building our data in our QuickBooks statement from the financial data on the banks, on the bank statements, in this case the credit card statements. But we still want to see the credit card statements periodically, so we can just double check that endpoint to make sure that we are online, and we can do a quick reconciliation just to verify that fact as well. So I'm going to go back on over and say, all right, let's do a quick reconciliation. We don't have the beginning balance issue that we had before, meaning in the first month of reconciliation, you might have an issue where the beginning balance doesn't line up, and you got to make that adjustment for the first month. Then once that's done, it should be fairly straightforward. We entered all of our information for the credit card using the bank feeds. So if I was just to verify it with a reconciliation, it should be a nice, easy process. Let's check it out. Going to go back on over to the first tab. We're going to go down to the accounting down below, and then we're going to go to the reconciling tab. So we're on the reconciling tab under accounting, and we want the credit card, the beginning balance now properly appearing. That 129338 matches the 129338 here. Ending balance then 108731. So I'm going to say ending balance 1087.31. So then I'm going to start that. And then the ending date, I'm going to say I need the ending date here is going to be, let's say 063020, 063020. Now we can start the reconciliation. And it's pretty much done for us already here, because it checked everything off already, because we did it with the bank feeds. And as we added the bank feeds to the system, it also checked off the items for the bank feeds. So this is indicating that we had, this information from the bank feeds, and they're already checked off. So we have the statement balance, the 1087, the 1087. We have the cleared balance, which is the 108781. Those two reconcile. That's going to give us the difference of then 0. This thing being 0 here means that we're basically in balance. Beginning balance to 129338. That's going to be this item. And then we had the two charges and the one payment, the 331 and the 537.22, to get to that ending balance. And so there is our reconciliation. Again, it's already checked off for us. We don't have to tick and tie them off, because that's one of the benefits of the bank feed. We actually use the bank feeds in order to create the system and kind of reconcile at the same point in time. Or you can use the bank feeds to basically, we enter the data first and then we double check it with the reconciliation process here. So everything looks good, so we can just finish this thing up. I'm just going to say finish, and then done. And then if I wanted to look at the report just to see that I have double checked it, we go to the history here. Then we have the second bank reconciliation. It's going to be very basic or very non-interesting, because there's nothing outstanding, because we created our books directly from the credit card statement. So you still kind of want to do that. You want to double check that, just so that you make sure that you haven't double input any data, or that you didn't kind of delete any data So it's still worth just going through that exercise, and it takes no time at all after the first reconciliation has happened, because again, that first one you might deal with that beginning balance issue. Once done, then reconciling should be fairly straightforward, especially if you're taking the information directly from the financial institution, directly from the credit card company.